right, there we are. I'm gonna start practicing and seeing how this is gonna work and how this is gonna end up looking like. From what it seems like, is that everything is in a working condition. I'm gonna check really quick just to hear myself. From what it seems like, is that everything is in a working condition. Yeah, all right. Everything seems to be working. Hello. Well, this is my first time streaming, so I apologize for any mess ups or anything like that. But yeah, we're here. I wanted to go through the process of showing how I make a R&B type of track. This one's going to be a lot slower than the stuff I usually produce. However, it's always good to kind of get out of your own comfort zone, especially as a creative and as a producer. It's always good to kind of jump out. So I'm gonna try this and see where it takes me. So far, I was listening to a bunch of different kits, different drum kits from what is this again? I believe it's called Electric Touch. It's an expansion from Native Instruments for Machina and I believe for Complete Control as well. But yeah, kind of messing with it, and I found this drum kit. I believe what is it called? It's called Chia Pet, ironically. That was the demo. Wasn't really feeling it, but I loaded it in, and I started messing with the drums, and I heard this. Mind you, I've already applied some processing. I've kind of messed with the kick drum a bit before it was a lot longer. Like, I didn't like that. I wanted it to be shorter. That felt right. And of course, I applied my processing to it, which actually I think I'll go through and I'll show you on here. So, should be on my screen now. I had a RC24. I took the room sound. What's it called? Yeah, I took the room sound, turned all of these all the way down. We're on modulation mode C. Everything is all the way down. High cuts at 10K. And what I'm doing with it is I am applying 10 dB of input gain and taking out about 11. I'm going to bump that up a little bit just because that usually isn't enough, but that's okay. So listen to it completely wet. Has that really heavy kind of crunching up sound. So mix it in so it's only like 6% of it. You hear it so gently, so quietly in the background, and because of that distortion effect that RC24 is giving, which is Lexicon 224, that distortion effect that I'm getting from whenever the kick hits almost works as a alternative side chain for both the kick from the kick to the reverb in a way, but it's also crunching up the kick, making it feel a little bit more distorted as well. It's kind of knocking out two things like saturation and side chain to the reverb, if that makes sense. Next one I'm doing is I'm running it through an 1176. However, it is set to 1:1, meaning I'm only using the input and the output. I'm kind of crunching up the drums and chopping off some of the heavier transients from it. This is what the sound was before. And now with it. It kind of knocks off that kick a little bit, but it also brings up that snare and makes it feel a little bit crunchier. At least that's what it feels to me. Next, I'm using the enhanced EQ, which is a Pultec style EQ. I believe it's based off of the EQ1P, but I could be wrong. I'm not too sure, and I know there's some modifications to it that this has where the Pultec doesn't, and yeah, I'm just using it. It is what it is. Um, excuse me. I'm bumping up the low end a little bit as well as doing both a bump and a cut at 30. I know people tend to do a little bit higher, usually at 60 or 90, sometimes 120 depending. But I feel that 30 has that right bump. Usually it's a go-to setting because it ends up feeling right on just about all the productions they do. There are some exceptions to the rule, of course, and rules are meant to be broken. But yeah, that 30 tends to be a really great price to start at the very least. Push up the high frequencies, 16K, and kind of muffled a little bit of the top end because what I'm doing is I'm boosting the top end, but I'm kind of tapering it off a little bit, so it feels a little bit more elevated, but it's not harsh. I'm gonna move up my microphone. I apologize for the noise. Thank you. So this is the sound before it and with it. It's not doing night and day changes, but it just enhances the sound a little bit. Music is the culmination of music is basically every song is effectively a jigsaw. So you get a bunch of messed up pieces, you put them together, and all of a sudden you get a good picture. That's what we're kind of doing here. This kit, the Chia Pet kit, has these piano sounds, and I was liking them, but whoever played them just played the notes that I don't want to hear necessarily. Like, here, I'll show you along with the drums. Sounds good. All right, kind of a decent transition, but we go from that chord feels good. That E minor just feels good, but the moment you get to that feels basic compared to the other chord that we were feeling. And then we get to it's really crunchy because they're using a lower note that is not in this, or it's really distant. It just doesn't feel right. And then you get to, which feels all right, but I would want to have a note to be a leading tone to get back into. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be loading up a go-to in terms of instruments, which is going to be Alicia's Keys. It's based off of a Yamaha piano. I think there's only 7 of them in the world. Alicia Keys owns one of them. And we're going to see how the stuff plays out. I'm going to check the stream again just to see how everything's going. I'm going to check the stream again just to see how everything's going. All right, everything seems to be going pretty good. All right. So now we're here. I'm going to move my camera over really quick just to make sure I can capture this. There we are. All right. Let's see what we can do here with Alicia's Keys. She's so easy. E minor. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I do like that first chord though. Let's see. Screw it, keep it in C, why not? Okay, that's something. Let's see. Of course. Not responding the moment I start recording. Gotta do it again. All right. Let's see. I don't like that I came in a little too early with this one, so I'm gonna shift it back a little. And this one came, I feel, a little too late. Same thing with this chord. I think it could be a little brighter if we can. Alright, let me do a little bit of processing to it. See what I can come up with. Supercharger, always reliable. Turn up the input trim. Get a little bit of that compression coming in. A little bit of saturation. Don't want to overdo it, of course, because I'm good. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's move you back. I need like 20 cameras in this bitch. Alright, there we go. That should be pretty good. So let's see. Yeah, that's definitely too much saturation. Let's crank that back down. Too much. Still too much. right there is where it's starting to just compress a little bit and not really crunch up. Character, let's change that over to bright. Already it changes the tone a little bit, but up this a little. Before, after. A little too much output, a little too hot. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. There we go. So it just kind of brings out a little bit more of the presence in it. I am hearing a good amount of low end. I do intend to add a bass to this. So I'm going to cut out some of those low frequencies. All I did was I put this up to a little over 180 hertz. If you hear my dog snoring in the background, I apologize. And I bumped up from 200 down. So effectively, I'm getting an EQ curve that's coming up like this, kind of tamping down some of the super low end. However, I'm also boosting it up a little bit. So it does kind of come across, it still has that bassy feeling, but it's, it's tampered down at least in the super low end. So when I do add a bass in, it's going to feel right, while not taking away from the tone of the piano itself. I'm going to try like a little pizzicato thing. See if maybe I'm gonna try viola. Alright, that's the top of its region. So let's hear. No, I need a little higher, so. And also, I know that wasn't pizzicato, but it's just trying to give it a shot. All right, that's spiccato. We want pizzicato. Oh, that might actually be kind of interesting. Let's see. think I like that better. I was gonna do a little that arpeggio stuff, but I think it's too much. I think just too far behind on these first ones, but that's okay. I can hear that low thumping. Just want to take that out real quick. There we go. All right. Let me see how's the stream doing so far. That's pretty cool. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna try a real. Oh, yeah. Motherfucking microphone, man. Paying you to stay up. Come on, stay up. All right, I'm gonna try a real bass, not that one. A plug-in bass, because I just don't want to bring down the fucking. I don't want to bring down that bad boy that's hanging up here that you can't see because it's behind the curtain. But all right. Let's try real bass. If that doesn't work, if I don't like it, then I'll use a sub. Sounds good. I like this bass line. I like this bass line. Needs a little sauce though. So let's see. I need to restart my machine. My jog wheel decided to stop working. That's okay. Happens every now and then. There we go. Got a little bit of fattening on there. Now we get enhance EQ. Let me start labeling some of these. Drums, piano. Pizzicato strings. Bass. Alright, let's see. Let me see. I want to see if the Rode sounds better. That as an accent. Keep it piano. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep that in as an accent. There we go. Yeah. Go. see. Let me see. No, I like that. That's so good. This is so good. Alright. Now I think I just want to hear a lead, but I want it to be pretty damn simple. So I'm going to load up Monarch. And we're making the synth sound from scratch here. Let's do it. All we're doing is that. Turn that up. And that down. Glide up. Filter. Okay, that's the kind of sound we want. Super basic. Put a little supercharger. I put this shit's like Frank's Red Hot. I put this shit on everything. At least the fucking commercial. So let's see. Just a little bit overtone there. Bring this over to bright. I don't like how it kind of cuts off. So let's go back into the synth really quick. Setting the release on. Put this up a little bit past 10 milliseconds. So there we go. We're not getting that nasty cutoff sound anymore. Little delay. Where's our delay? Delay, replica. There we go. This preset right here for replica, holy shit, is my bread and butter for everything. It's called warm Voc delay, which is right here. Well, actually, I don't think you guys can see it, so let me switch over to it. Warm Voc delay. This right here is so fucking good. Like, holy shit. Put this shit on. That shit always fucking sounds so good. Then we gotta throw on a little reverb here. Good old realm. Is it too much? So I do my favorite settings here. Oh, that sounds super nice and buttery. I'll do two little things, add a little compression here. So, the synth itself doesn't need compression because of how it sounds. Normally, if you were to run it through, it's just one constant level. And you can kind of see it up here in the top right corner. If I turn off all my like delay and stuff, it stays at a consistent level and it comes down at a consistent level. The synth itself doesn't need any compression. The reason why I put it on is because whenever I am playing with the synth, I want the volume of the synth to be in your face. And the moment I let go, all the gain reduction starts coming off. So it pushes up the sound of the reverb a little bit more. So once I'm done with whatever synth lead I'm doing, it actually lets the reverb kind of come out. All right. One other thing I think I'm going to add is a little bit of solid EQ just for the high pass. Yeah, because it just tames that low end. It's not a lot. It's nothing life-changing. Again, it's all just little bits and pieces. I'm going to reorganize this the way I like having everything. So, bass, lead, and then the lighter elements kind of coming in. Main elements up in the front, lighter elements down here, at least in terms of instruments, or like melodic instruments, excuse me. Very like ear candy type of stuff right here before the lead. Then we go bass, drums, and if we have additional percussion, additional effects, transition effects, all that other stuff goes after. But that's the general gist of how I like my organization. So let's see. Let me see. There's something there. There's something there. Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch. I forget everything the moment that red button comes on. This red button comes on. I forget everything. Everything. I've learned in the past 12, 13 years I'm doing this. This comes on. What was I doing? There we go. And then I make sure that there's a little tick right here that's zeroed out. Kill the modulation wheel. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to get everything leveled correctly. Right now, I turned down my master way fucking low so it doesn't clip. However, what we're going to do is we're going to turn that all the way up back to Unity, and we're turning everything else down. So this way everything is at 0, negative infinity, so no sound. Let me see something here. Make sure stream is still going good. Oh, wow, I haven't been showing my own face cam. Wow. Ain't that hilarious? Well, new streamer. Who it is? I am so sorry. I didn't even realize I wasn't streaming my face cam this entire time. Oh man, I am so glad I'm a new streamer and I don't have a like gazillion fucking people looking at me. Oh, I am blessed. Okay, let's get back to this this fun. All right, let's bring up the bass. I want to add a little compression to the bass because it's a little too peaky from what it looks like. I'm going to add a little R comp to it. Now, I don't use a lot of Waves plugins. The one that I use religiously is always going to be C6. That is an amazing multi-band compressor, and I recommend, if you do not have it, to get it because it is worth the money. However, I've also been recently messing with R Comp Renaissance compressor, and it's very versatile. I'm kind of glad I was forced to get it, especially with all the different settings on it, and it's a very nice transparent compressor. So let's start off by trying to get those peaks. Do 4-to-1. We want to kind of stomp down on them. Is this in bypass? Okay, what's going on? Why? Oh, homie's playing some games. Yeah, it's not doing anything. It's not changing. Otherwise, we'd be seeing it and hearing it. It's going to be something stupid. I guarantee. It's always something completely stupid. Nothing. What? Why? It's not set in bypass. Okay. Okay. I just figured it out. You have to manually set the input, otherwise it will not recognize it. I kind of understand why they did that. I don't like it, but because it should be normaled. It is what it is. Let's see. All right. Let's turn this up a little. Cut out some of that low, or some of that top end. All right, get the drums in. So my goal and what I usually look for whenever I start mixing this is I start looking at what's under the master here, this level, which is the peak value. I'm trying to be between -8 and -6 decibels. And the reason being is because whenever I export this out, I want there to be at least 6 decibels of headroom for whenever an artist gets the opportunity to work on it, they have enough volume to be able to put their voice on there comfortably without needing to worry about distorting their voice or distorting the recording process, because their voice is not loud enough to compete with the beat itself. Not to mention, it also lets us still have our dynamics and all of our like dynamic information values all in there without having to worry about what's it called? You know, without having to worry about messing with the vocals at all. That's the reason why I do this. This level seems okay. I'm more than likely going to end up bringing it up later. However, I do want to bring in these other melodic elements, kind of start placing them where they need to be. I'm gonna add a little compression to the piano because I hear it kind of dipping out, and I know later on it is going to dip out substantially. I'm gonna add a little just 2A. doing a whole lot. So without it, and then with it. Keeps it there. And because it is a main element, I want it to be very present throughout the track. So let's see. When you make an R&B beat from scratch, so when will you implement Megalovania into this? Damn it, Skate. Oh man, I am unfortunately not implementing Megalovania into this. I apologize. Man, I wish it would have came up. I didn't see when it came up. At least your chat. I thought I had it so it would notify me here on OBS, but it appears it isn't, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll be able to look back through here when you make it RnB from scratch. Oh goddamn! All right. Well, let's. I'm not. So for the record, I'm not implementing Megalovania into this. View in Docker settings and add the chat to the side in OBS. I'm looking at it and it. I have to extend it out, of course. Motherfucker, why is it so wide? Long boy, long boy. Extend. All right, now if I could get it. Hell yeah, because I can't fucking see. It will not, it refuses. I need fucking 40 monitors for this shit. Damn it. Well, I'll fucking just keep peeping back in here every now and then because god damn it, it's just not showing up. No, son of a bitch, it did it again. I'll figure this shit out eventually. For right now, I'll just keep checking back into OBS until this shit. No, I've never had a second monitor, and unfortunately, I was gonna use Mark's, but I realized that I do not have or at least my video card. The fucking 1080 that I got does not accept VGA, and I've looked for an adapter here and I do not have one. I have a VGA cable. I have the cable for it, but I do not have that. Checking awkward. Yeah, it will be. Unless I can pull it up on my phone somehow, which I don't know, maybe if I do it right. If I do it right, I might just be able to do it. Let's see. View my stream. As long as I can see my chat from my stream, I don't care. Yes! Let's go. Just like that, I get to observe all the BS. There we go. So now I just have it there. And we're good. And not to mention, I get to see exactly what's happening on my stream. So if any bullshit happens where it's like, hey, I'm streaming without any face cam on, like I was a little while ago, I'll be able to see it at least in real time. So yeah, for now, I'm happy. All right, we've got these few elements together. Now it's going to be about adding what's called the rest of the elements that we just finished producing. It's a little too woofy. I want to kind of dampen down some of the like 400 hertz ish. Then after that, I want to add a little bit of 2A just to get it all kind of meshed together, right? Let's see. I hear it. Cut out all. Let's bump up 500 to compensate. And I want that kind of high picking sound to come through. So 4K. Oh yeah, and we want to add a little 2A to it. All right, cool. That guitar is just going to be like more or less a background element, so let's bring in the Rhodes. I want it to have a little bit more bite to that Rhodes. Put it in bright, turn up the character. Dual mono. There we go. Has that little kind of crunch. Cutting off at 8K. Just so we kind of dampen down some of that, like some of the very top end crunch. Just kind of brings it out. Without. It almost sounds a little too smooth. At least to me it does. And then put them back on. You don't notice the crunch too much. It's just there to kind of bring everything together, if that makes sense. Not to mention to accent some of the like mids in the top end. Helps out a lot with that. Pizzicato strings, let's see. Bring up the lead. I didn't finish that last note, so hold it out for a little longer. And immediately it goes all over. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. It's between -6 and -8, which is where I'm happy with being. So I want to start arranging the piece because this kind of has this has like all the elements that it would really need in order to be a full-on, full-fledged song. So I'm gonna start. My general idea with it is going to be with the piano. The piano is the lead instrument and the leading sound. So let's go for that. Good start. I'm thinking I'm gonna add that pizzicato string and maybe one other element, but I'm trying to think of which one. I don't think too much. Nah. Now I'm thinking about adding actual strings, not just pizzicato. Well, but then that would be too much for this very beginning part. We want to kind of just introduce it and be kind of gentle with it. We don't want to necessarily be like, all right, here's your piano and then emotional strings. Like it's too much. And then okay. Kind of wanted to just cut after that. Let's see. Do some more here. Then we get into the chorus and cut out the. There's got to be some percussion, something to kind of something percussive wise to say, hey, we're in the chorus now. And I'm thinking I'm also going to cut out the hi-hats when the drums initially come in. So yes, okay, that's going to work. So now for chorus part, we need some type get rid of you, get rid of all these. No. I need a shaker. That's it. That's all I need. internal. Yes, this is the one. I'm gonna bring it down the volume. And let's introduce a little bit of Haas effect to get it kind of stereo. What the Haas effect is, by the way, is slightly delaying the left and the right side from the left, or the left side from the right, or vice versa. From when you do that, it gives you the effect of like feeling like something's in the room with you, and like you hear it directly to your left or directly to your right. Because if something if a sound plays, let's say for example over here on my left side, it's going to hit this ear before it hits this ear. There's going to be a slight delay, very very slight delay from when it hits this ear to when it goes to this ear. And that is between like 1 millisecond to roughly 30, I think it was. I think that's changed a little bit over the years, but I think from 1 millisecond to 30, it is its right levels. So let's go for that. Let's see, where is this? All right, replica XT, because it has already. And I do believe I need like a crash kind of sound. Right, or some type of cymbal. So let me look for a good little cymbal sound. One shots. And just so you guys can see, I think my face cam blocks the way of it, but worst case scenario, you guys are gonna hear it regardless of drums. Crash cymbal. Yep, I like that. Let's see, double in length, kill the second one. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. There we go. Yeah, we got it. There we go. Yeah, we got it. Next section, we introduce the guitar. And loads. Bass. Okay, kill that. Okay. Bass. We do this. We go back to patterns. Go. Then we bring everything in. I think that shaker needs a bit of like a de-essing. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna apply. It's overkill, but it's all I got for right now because I don't have a proper de-esser. I did have one from Waves, however, it's been outdated for years, and I'm not feeling like paying another $29 for more bullshit. Bypass these guys, move you here. Well, fuck it, I just need to move this one from 8K. There we go. There we go. Without. With. It's, again, not a lot, but it does enough. Well, actually, let's duplicate that. Minus the lead. Okay, I think I've just completed the whole song. It's been arranged. I just wanted to add that last little bit at the end there. Let's see. So beginning parts right here. First verse. Don't know what to say, but I'm thinking about it. Don't know what to do, but I'm thinking about it. Bring down that hi-hat. One more thump out of the kick. Okay. All right. So far, the levels looking good. We're still at -6. Yep. That was it. That was the one. I'm probably going to come back and listen to it a little bit. So, at least for this project, I believe it is done. This is my first time doing any stream or anything like this. I don't know. I always kind of felt that that it was just I was never necessarily ready for this type of shit. That I always kept coming up with excuses. It's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna record. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do that. I need to. If I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna be doing it for. I need to have this type of audience. I need to have these type of people behind me. But at this point, man, I'm just gonna continue streaming. I might do regular Friday night streams. I really want to do this at least once a week, genuinely, just to get good stuff coming in and this shit rolling in. I don't know how I'm gonna do it with my folks and everybody. Right now they're out, and that's why I took the opportunity to do this, just because I knew I wouldn't have any distractions. I'll see if there's some type of arrangement I can make with them, but for the time being, I genuinely enjoyed this process, and this was a genuine amount of fun. Not to mention, throughout the video itself, I explain a lot of my actions and the reason why I would take them. So this stuff, ultimately, it's fun, and I genuinely want to do this again. Hope next time, what's it called, I have a little bit more of a better idea. So what I'm going to do, for the time being, I made the R&B track. I'm going to be going in and mastering it at some other point in some other bit of time. But for right now, project's done. I don't know what to name it. Honestly, naming it takes longer than making the beat itself. For right now, if you stop by a stream, thank you so much. Thank you for sitting and listening to me ramble on. I might try to make something else. But for right now, I think I'm gonna hop off. If something else comes to mind, I might just start streaming again. I'm such a ghetto streamer, man. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. But it is what it is, man. But yeah, thank you again. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all soon. Hopefully. Especially you, Skater. I'm definitely going to be talking to you soon. Have a good one. Peace.